Yeah. I'll have to get your social media handles, man, so I can tag you up on the picture too.
Yeah, I don't want to be like. And welcome everyone to Irvine, beautiful championship stadium. My name is Simon Allen. I am the Dalai Lama of soccer. Next to me, Alex the Knife Nevea. And on this side, Chris Corte. And we are here for the first match of a fantastic doubleheader. The third place match, Balboa and Chicago. And, well, I just want to know how we got here, Chris.
Yeah, so Balboa have had a really interesting season. Not a team that we expected to make it this far. They finished third in their conference, but have been on an absolute tear in the playoffs, knocking down some top teams. A lot of surprising results, a lot of 1-0 victories, narrow results, but they got the job done. They've made it here. Unfortunately, things didn't go their way yesterday, or rather on Friday, but they've done a really well job getting here in the first place, and they're beating expectations every game they play.
We were definitely here on Friday. We watched two really good matches. These two teams are absolutely ready for it. One team had a bit of a wake-up call. Another team really it was just a fun, almost like a basketball-style match. Alex, what do these teams have to do to win this third-place match and go home as the third-best team in America?
I mean, first things first, Balboa's got to play their style of football right out of the gates. I mean, got to get comfortable from that first minute. I think they were still having a little bit of that pre-match jitters against LA. I mean, LA is LA, but they have to get a quick jump and figure it out and defensively lock down Chicago. Whereas Chicago, the game plan was great. They kept that intensity. The counterattacks were there, very athletic. They were keeping up with all of Tennessee's attacks, and I just think stay locked in. Even if they play an additional period or two, gotta stay persistent and stay aggressive when it comes down to being able to fly up the pitch, because these guys, they have endurance for days.
Absolutely. We saw two different styles of matches on Friday. So you might say East Coast versus West Coast, just two different styles. We're going to see two different styles of matches today. The first one, really, they're up for it. We can see the referees coming into the shot, perhaps. They're ready for it. The fans are coming in. It's a beautiful, I thought it was going to be a very hot day today. It's going to actually almost a perfect day for football, Chris. So, I don't know, should we do predictions or should we not do predictions today?
Predictions are going to be pretty tough, but I mean, I think we could definitely do a round of them.
No, you know what? No, I think I'm not going to do it. You do it.
2-0 Chicago.
Okay.
My prediction is I think Chicago's going to come out strong. We've seen them play before all throughout the regular season. This team is a goal-scoring machine and a monster on the defensive end. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Chicago Nation, and maybe they get a third. Maybe we see 3-0. I don't know.
Well, then I just can't leave it at that. I have to sort of say, I want to give props to my grandmother who's watching from above. She always said these great soccer words: the ball is round, anything can happen. So with that said, everyone out there in the worldwide spiderweb watching us, thanks for tuning in. Stick around. It's going to be a fabulous match. Have a great one.
Accurate, but I turn my attention back to the goal. And
se nos viene sacar que prueba el arco.
And welcome everyone to beautiful Championship Stadium. My name is Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer, back up in the booth from the pitch. Next to me, Alex the Knife Neveja, and all the fantastic crew we've been working with since Friday. How are you doing, Alex?
You know what, that walk back up to the booth, I'll tell you one thing, I'm definitely winded from all of that. But you know what? I mean, that's not going to take anything away from the action we're going to experience here. We have a third-place match pending here from Championship Stadium. I mean, a beautiful venue. The heat is, since we're playing a 2 o'clock kickoff here in this one, it's a little warmer than we expected on Friday. But you know what? That's not going to stop the fiesta we're going to have all day here. Third-place matchup, Balboa FC and Chicago Nation. It's going to be a much exciting one here.
It says it feels like 80, but it kind of feels like 90 to me. But it's not going to. But the weathermen were essentially predicting it'd be like 95, 96. So I'm glad it isn't that. It's to me, I've always thought that this match, it depends on the attitude of the players. Is this the going to the airport match? Is it like we're going to just play this game and go home, or is it how I feel when we do third place matches? Is can I come out of this 90 minutes as the third best player or the third best team in America? And I think both these teams are absolutely in that frame of mind. They want to go home. They want to go talk to their mums and dads and wives and girlfriends and whatever and say, I'm on a team that's the third best in America. And not too many of us can say that.
I mean, looking at what the final bracket's looking like for the day here. Third place matchup here at 2 o'clock. You see in the bottom, and then in the top, you see LA 10 FC and Tennessee Tempo. That's going to be the one a lot of people are going to be watching here. But hey, folks, like Simon and I talked about, you're still playing for some hardware, and you're still competing to be one of the best clubs here in the whole entire country. So just to have those bragging rights, maybe you're not first, maybe you're not second, but you're still playing for importance of, hey, we finished third in the UPSL spring season, and here we are. Having those rights, like, hey, we finished third. I mean, not a lot of clubs get to be this far.
And let's not take away from the business of football here. There's players out there right now who have to perform because, they want to move. They want to go somewhere else. They want to go ahead, perhaps, go to a different league and actually, who knows? And so there's a lot of coaches out there across the worldwide spiderweb watching this match, pinpointing certain players that they might want on their team. So this could be some sort of an audition for them as well. So there's a lot of factors in here, which is, again, it's sort of an old-fashioned thing to say, well, it's the third place. No, there's so many layers, so many factors here that each player is playing for. We saw some really good football on Friday. Let's be honest. We can talk about Balboa FC, who gave up a lot of goals, right? And they need to sort of erase that from their memories and the memories of of their fans and go, no, we can actually play a little bit better. So that's one aspect of it. Chicago might feel that they've been hard done, right, from their match, and they want to come out and prove something. So, Alex, lots to play for. It's going to be exciting. I hope it's end to end. I hope it's just as exciting as Friday. The ball is round. Let's see what happens.
Like the great Simon Allen's grandmother said. I mean, hey, the ball is round right now. But, I mean, Chicago, like we talked about it, they played a very exciting style of football on Friday. I mean, keeping up with Tennessee Tempo, which, as I've been raving about it all weekend long, they are very quick, very, very quick, athletic type of club, and they play with a lot of energy. And, well, Chicago, a tip of the cap for them for even being able to hold down the fort in extra time in the 2 15-minute periods and being able to, being short a man and a red card right at the end of regulation, and still being able to keep up with Tennessee and still being able to come up with a shorthanded goal. I mean, the big-time player that we kind of had question marks, I mean, Zakar Shevchenko, he scored that one goal that Chicago needed.
But
I mean,
Tennessee,
Alex.
He's not starting the match again. He's not, which is very strange for me. We talked about Chicago Nation, Alex. We were talking about how there are certain key players that we want to look out for to say, okay, if this player has a great game, then they could win. I want to talk about Ali Marley, the Iron Lion. He needs to shore up his defense at this point and make sure that they're not going to give up any goals, right? I want to see, of course, they're going to be missing a key player in their defender in Labovich, right? So how is the player that's coming in from going to step up? And, of course, I want to know who's going to be scoring goals. If the one goal scorer isn't going to start, then who's going to step up and put a bucket full of goals in the back of the net? It remains to be seen. With Balboa, we saw them give up a load of goals, right, Alex? And if, as just a regular fan watching, the strikers for Balboa really need to step up. We want to see I want to see more of Tiero. He needs to step up, and he's starting the match, obviously. The defenders can't make the same mistakes they made today that they did against LA10, right? You just can't tee up balls and say, here you go, have a shot at the goal. So that needs to be done. And, Chicago played with 3 goal scorers, right? So how are you going to go ahead and defend those guys too? So again, so many questions to be asked, and we want to see who's going to come up trumps, who's going to answer these questions and take home the third place, the third place title and become the 3rd best team in America. Right now we're looking at the referees. It's the quiet before the storm, folks. And I'll just say that it's still one of my favorite jerseys is the Chicago Nation. It's just so classic. It's just like quintessential American jersey. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely have to say that these kits are definitely better than Fridays. And Fridays, those are top notch. Those are prestigious jersey kits that we experience. They're on Friday, but I mean something about these ones today. I mean, those are kits that mean business.
Right.
You know that they're here to play for the third.
I just think if anyone's sort of, scrolling through YouTube and they see that kit, they know that's American soccer.
Absolutely. There's nothing more American than that. I mean, you have the red, white, and the blue, the stars. And
I love it.
You're just missing the stripes, really.
And Balboa doing a great job. They know it's hot. Nice white jersey to reflect the sun off. For Balboa, Sederberg is not playing. He's not starting. Got Chavez in goal, which is might be as expected, but again, you want to give another goalkeeper a chance. And we're going to get ready for the
ladies and gentlemen,
the national anthem.
Prize for the singing of the national anthem.
Can you feel how I've taken it up? much the same three in the front that, essentially could cause a lot of damage to Balboa FC's defenders. And then, and of course, the red card for Labovic. He's not going to be playing, so probably going to see Sam Marchi there. And I'm trying to look and see if that's the case. But here we go, folks. Just a few seconds. I know Alex the Knife Nevaeh is ready, and Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama, is ready. Entire crew here waiting for that referee. Referee's giving everyone, just checking it with everyone. All right. I think the person selling ice cream isn't ready. And here we go, folks. Thank you for tuning in out there in the worldwide spiderweb and live here in Irvine Championship Stadium. It's Chicago Nation versus Balboa FC for the third place. Glory. Chicago Fire now trying to maintain possession. The Nation now are doing very, very well. They know they might have the upper hand if they can keep possession. Here we go. Chicago now. Marley gets it over to his teammate. Marchi with the ball all the way to the other side of the pitch. He tries to get past his mark. He does. Good passing and gets it back. Sees a man in space to his right, but chooses to go into traffic. Not very good, but Marley will get the ball. He will look to his right. Referee stops and says that's a foul. Okay, that was a bit soft, but now we know what the referee is going to call.
I mean, you're already mentioning Marley's name, and we talked a lot about Marley and being a big-time center back here for Chicago in the Friday night match. The scrappiness that he had to deal with. I mean, having to deal with the big-time striker in Harrison Watts with the counterpart in Tennessee. Yep. And, I mean, we know he can protect his area very well. You know he's definitely one of the most biggest center backs, literally, figuratively, and literally here in UPSL.
Back to the goalkeeper. Demanji just kicks it out, just out to safety, and it goes out to touch. It's a throw-in for Balboa. Balboa are not wasting any time. That was the first sort of string of passes trying to get into the box. They have possession right now. Trying to get past the mark, and they're just getting smothered. Back, and it's out to touch again, and it's a throw-in.
Hey, I got to say, it's a smart move for Balboa to go from the dark navy blue kits on Friday to now going to more of the much cooler white kits here in this. I mean, I think they learned their lesson. Hey, California heat is completely different than Fort Worth heat. I mean, we know Fort Worth heat is definitely much worse.
Definitely. Here we go. Back to action and taken away, and Chicago just boots it out. This is a bit disheartening. We've been seeing just a lot of errant boots to just to clear the ball. But again, early days here in Irvine, California. Again, thanks for tuning in. Balboa now have the ball. Back to the center back. Adams gets it right through the middle of the park, and certainly something can happen. Tees up very nicely, and a shot, no! Very well done by the defense. And Chicago now have to do something with it. No, they get...
That was good ball movements inside of the box. It's exactly what you want to see early on. Balboa having that confidence right out of the gate, staying aggressive inside of the 18-yard box. I mean, you love what you see here from Balboa. It's what you unfortunately lacked from seeing on Friday.
Sure. Again, another through ball here, trying to find a little bit of space. Nicely headed back to the goalkeeper, who has no problem getting that ball, bringing it down.
Curious to see what Chavez is going to look like here. I mean, was able to take notes from the sidelines and from our previous keeper against LA10. See what Chavez is going to do here.
Pass in the middle of the park, and he's going to have a hard time controlling it. They do. Balboa now have the ball. It's very dangerous part of the pitch here, and it's booted in. It's looking for Tiero. He wants the ball, and no doubt Balboa want to get the ball to his feet. He's asking for it right now. Check out number 7. He's asking for the ball now. Again, passed back a bit. Nicely done. It's into the box, and there's no one really there to do anything with.
Essentially trying to look for Medina right there, and just trying to get that one. I mean, Medina just giving a little bit of the thumbs up. Hey, good choice, good decision. I mean, I see the eyes are right. They are looking in the right direction.
Chicago down with the ball, a little bit of space. He looks to his left. He's got it. He's got a man to pass up here. He's just passed into traffic and intercepted by Balboa. Now back again. Looks like Chicago trying to maintain some resemblance of possession here. And whenever they get to sort of the middle of the park, they sort of give it away. But no problem here. Mali now with the ball. He's got a little bit of space. Gets it to Glorioso. Just passes behind. And again, a little bit of traffic. And that was Lukaszek just essentially not as far up as maybe the coach wants him to be.
Still getting a sense that Chicago's trying to get a feel for this match, still trying to get a little comfortable. That passing is just a little not to their liking.
Well, here we go. There's some action right here. Goes past one defender, just couldn't quite do it. Lukaszek eyeing the goal, but just couldn't get a shot off, and it's a corner kick for Chicago Nation. Look, he's got the ball. He just right there.
Not a lot of space to work with there for Lukaszek. I mean, like, it's nice to hear Lukaszic's name. I mean, unfortunately, wasn't able to get a whole lot of action on Friday, and I'm talking about him getting some goal action. We know he's got that ability.
Got Chicago right now standing over the ball. A lot of bodies in the box. You can see almost like a train. There he goes. Couldn't quite happen. It looks like it's a foul. Someone was pushed. So there was 3 players sort of standing behind each other right there. You can see it. And then when they moved out, there was a little bit of a push. Draws the foul. And then you see that Balboa right now just essentially passing from, from their side of the pitch and just giving it away. Again, it's something we talked about even before we got here, you and I, Alex. They just can't be giving away balls like that, especially in their own half. But they've maintained possession. Here from Balboa, trying to slice the ball somewhere. Back to the goalkeeper. Tamanji now has the ball. Very well done.
Got to say, Chicago trying to keep the ball on their offensive side of the pitch. I mean, they were definitely playing with some high pressure there, but Balboa, very good response to pressure.
Got the ball to Mali. He just threaded it in. Surely a shot here. Come on, there's a goal. No, well done by the goalkeeper. Not out of danger yet. The Nation are attacking. So far, so good. Lukaszek with the ball. He wants it back, though. No. Tackled away. It's going to roll out to touch. It does. And it's a corner.
The sudden change in momentum here for Chicago. I mean, right there, 1v1, looking for that opportunity to go against Chavez that time. Chavez responded very well as a keeper, took care of business, protected his area, keeping it at 0-0. 0-0 the score.
And this is something very dangerous because you can see Balboa just giving up corner after corner, and that's just, they have to keep defending. So here come Chicago. It's going to be a nice shot into the sort of the mix. Nothing's going on there. And there's a foul. Referee just saw that and, okay. That was a quick yellow in my opinion, but referee is in charge.
It's Kaysenberg that's going to be called on that yellow card. I mean, officials aren't playing around here in this matchup here, and just right out of the gates. 8 minutes in, and if you're Kaysenberg, you've got to play with a lot of emotions being on check early on in this one. Got to be careful.
Glorioso is standing over the ball, and I'm just kind of wondering if he's going to try to do something. No, pardon me. That's Flores over the ball. Glorioso is on the other side. 3-man wall. He's sort of eyeing the players in that sort of huddle right there, but let's see what happens. He takes the shot, and well done. Keeper got his fingertips to it, and it hit the crossbar as well. It's not out of danger yet. Balboa just essentially just booting it away, looking for anyone in a white shirt. Possession back with the Nation. Chicago now give that away. They get it back. They got to settle down a bit. Munyaneza now with the ball. Very well done. Gets it to Flores. Flores sees his player to his right. That's Glorioso. Glorioso has a little bit of space, but he just a tiny bit flat-footed. Couldn't make anything happen with it. Right now it's a throw-in for Balboa.
I mean, just taking a look at this beautiful set piece, perfect execution, and I mean certainly the goalkeeper's best friend, the crossbar, getting that stop.
So right, there's a little bit of action on the pitch while that was doing the replay, but again, it's another corner. Hopefully we can get that. Yeah, there's the replay right there. Well done by the goalkeeper. Made himself big. Gloriosa couldn't do much with it. And again, short corner kick. There's the cross. Very well headed away, but it's not out of danger yet. Looks like Chicago have the ball. You're going to try to, well, he's going to sort of, he's going to escort the ball out for a throw-in. I think Pitlick now will have the throw-in. I think it's going to be a short one, though. Maybe not.
Taking a little time on this throw-in.
Yeah. Not the greatest of throw-ins, but again, you just see Balboa just booting the ball away, like hoping that it gets to someone.
Tug of the kit there.
Yeah. That can't be the plan. That's another yellow.
Well, I mean, that's 2 yellows here for Balboa. I mean, it's a pretty easy yellow card to call right here. Tug of the jersey. And they're giving it over to Sam Marchi, who's, I mean, he's playing for Labovich, who is MIA, unfortunately, with the red card on Friday. But, I mean, hey, so I want to correct myself here. I mean, a yellow card now for each club.
Yeah. Balboa now over the ball. Plenty of space on this side of the pitch. Just, there you go. He's going to have to get it to his teammate, just essentially just taken away. Nice through ball. A little bit of trickery. And here comes some action. Lukasic with the ball. He tries to get past his mark. He does. Rolls it. Looks for a teammate. And it's well done. And good eye on the defender. But it's not over yet. Glorioso now with the ball. Gets it to his teammate again. I believe that's another corner.
Looking like it's going to stay. Or actually, it's going to be another corner. Because it's going to be coming up here for Chicago. But I mean, look at the way Chicago's just taking care of the ball right now. I mean, we were seeing the ball more on the left side of the pitch, but right now, I mean, if you're Demanji, you're definitely loving the fact that, hey, he's relaxing, just stretching out on the other side of the pitch, just taking in the match. But I mean, hey, none of it's going to matter if Chicago cannot capitalize.
Waiting on, we're waiting on Flores.
Taking that long walk over there to that corner.
Is he adjusting the flag on the?
Just a little bit, just to help him out, right?
There's no ball. Yeah, that's why there's no ball. I can't fault the player. There's no ball.
Can't play in those conditions. I mean, Michael Flores, this will be a left-footed corner kick. Curious to see.
Lots of bodies in the box. Just doesn't get past the first defender. It's not out of danger yet. Chicago now have the ball, get it back and forth. They're trying to move into the box very slowly, but again, just chooses to go in. Don't know if that was a shot. He might say it was, but it was a cross. Chavez easily handled. He's throwing to his teammate, and they're looking to do something with it. It just can't be an errant boot up the field. Taken away. So far, so good. Good passing. And again, throw in for Chicago. Lukasic wanted to make something of it. Obviously, very easy to spot Lukasic, right? Blonde, he's running fast into the box all the time from this side of the pitch. Defenders now know kind of his MO. So at the very best, we're going to see a few more throw-ins if he doesn't sort of get the goal, get sort of a shot on goal. Nation now with the ball. Muniesa gets it to his teammate. Doesn't quite make it there. Balboa with the counters. Maybe something's going to happen. Tiero now, we want to see him do something with it. And look at that, the Iron Lion, Ali Marley, just pushes him a little.
It's just easy work for Marley. I mean, this is Marley's MO. I mean, this is what he does. I mean, he's one of the best center backs. I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record by the end of this match, but I mean, it's what he does. He knows how to play his position very well, knows how to protect his area well. And looking at a shot of Coach Reyes right about now, I mean, right now, coaching staff,
he's all right.
Yeah, they're calm. They're calm.
Right,
I mean, we saw a lot of facial expressions on Friday's match.
Yes, we did.
And with reason.
Yeah.
With reason.
Well, I've said it before. I said it on Friday. You know, I'd rather lose one match 5-0 than 5 matches 1-0. And you know, so this is the the redemption. But here comes Chicago. They're in the box. Nice little cross. No one there. Done well by the defense of Chicago. But look at that. That was a shot, but it went to a pass. Now, surely it's been teed up and ricochets away, and it's a corner kick.
Well, again, Chicago just getting creative and just finding ways to dump the ball, trying to find ways of just teeing off on that one. And again, it's a good quality shot there from Chicago. I mean, just continuously finding ways. Yeah. That was Achara that was on that shot. Looking for ways to make himself available to do what he does best, right?
You don't get the number 9 jersey for, standing around. You have to take a shot, so he did it.
And you have to earn that right.
Of course. Absolutely.
That's earned.
Absolutely.
That's not a right.
No. Booted away and just, ooh. Here comes Chicago. It's 1-on-1. And another corner.
I mean, it's good work there for Balboa right now, having to play on the defensive side of the ball, and it was what, unfortunately, they were lacking on Friday, but you're seeing it right here. They are putting stops for everything that Chicago's throwing at them about now. So, I mean, unfortunately, that is what the circumstance is. Balboa, they are looking for that counterattack to see if they can fly up the pitch, but right now, good ball security here for Chicago, keeping this one-sided.
Chicago now with the corner kick. It's going to have to find a head, but it doesn't. I think, it did graze a player's head. I'm trying to see which player it was, and it's a goal kick. So here's what I'm seeing right now, Alex, is that defensively they're doing a great job, right? They're just stopping everything that Chicago is throwing at them. But what's the plan when they get to the midfield? Well, I just don't see it yet. I just don't see them sort of doing anything special with it.
Well, right now, Chicago's doing great work with just adding that pressure in them.
And here we go. Tito passed over, but didn't quite work. Again, look, you see, great defense. And then what's part 2 of that? What is Balboa going to do when it gets to the midfield? And how is the ball going to get to Tierra's feet? Right now, Chicago is in complete control, and they just walking by a defender, just kicking the ball, trying to see what can happen. And again, booted away. And I'm going to make a comparison to a national team. It almost looks like the Brazil team from 98, to where they weren't quite the 94 team defensively. And they were just booting the ball away, and France just absolutely exploited that. Boy, am I going to get a lot of tweets about that.
Be careful with that.
I mean, I did compare it to Brazil. So, I mean, but go back to watch the 98 finals. Just
it's going to be a very animated Simon Allen X account.
Yeah. Did you just compare? No. If you've watched a million matches, you sort of things pop up into your head, Alex. And that's what this one flashed in my brain. So here we go. Chicago with the ball. Oh, trying to be a little bit cheeky, didn't quite work. Balboa now have possession. They've got to get past that midfield and got to get to Tierra's feet. Back to the defense. They're holding it, playing very, very, playing from the back. Fine. There you go. It's past the halfway mark. He's got to get now back again. Balboa need to move forward, and they're doing it, again, the game of inches. Back again, trying to stretch out Chicago.
You used game of inch, it's game of inches. I hope you remember where it's from now.
I've totally forgotten.
Al Pacino talked about it on Friday.
I've totally forgotten. So far, so good though. This is a good amount of passing. Balboa doing well to maintain possession. They're trying to get to Tierra. Didn't quite happen. Chicago now have the ball, and by hook or by crook, Balboa maintained possession.
And just like that, we have a very early sub having Avery Estelle. That's going to be checking in here in this one. And it's going to be it for Abe de Armas.
Wow. That's a weird one for me. That's a weird call.
And it's very early.
Early on, yeah. But okay. The beauty of UPSL, soccer in America is that there's a million coaches and there's a billion, reasons for every move. So let's see what happens here. I didn't see much wrong with defending, to be honest with you, to warrant a substitution, but maybe it was an injury, but here come Balboa. Into the box. Surely. No, easy. Bread and butter for Dimanji. Bread and butter. Going to take those all day.
I mean, he did mighty fine work on Friday. I mean, damn near being a wall. I mean, 2 goals that were allowed, unfortunately, in that one, but a very good goalkeeper indeed here in the UPSL level.
Yeah, very good. On the other side of the pitch, I'm absolutely impressed with Chavez, too. I mean, he's really conducting that back really well. You know, hasn't had to sweat that much, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
He stopped everything that's come his way. Even when it's become a one-on-one situation, he's been able to just muff it.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit of a tug, but no problem. Referee didn't see anything wrong with that. Balboa now have the ball, looking to find a player. He's looking up. There he is. Found him.
Nice.
Good movement so far. Again, just runs into traffic. Still maintaining possession. They got to make that run through. And that was very, it was an intelligent pass. Just didn't quite happen. Saw that his player was moving forward, but they're inching forward, inch by inch. Half a league, half a league, half a league onwards.
That's kind of what you like to see. I mean, sometimes you like to see clubs just kind of skip the midfield and go with the high pitch or the high pass, or sometimes you just want to play the short game, little short passes. Let's just progressively move the ball forward, and that right now that is what Balboa has been trying to do all match long, but not trying to establish some possession, some percentage.
Well, they're doing it right now. Actually, you can see it right now. They're really trying to sort of, in areas, hold on to that ball. It's just when they get to that final third. And so, okay, get to that final third quicker and see what happens. And there's a nice through ball, and it's offside. Well done, though. Well done. That was very intelligent football right there. He saw his player making that run. Look at this one.
We knew that was Munir Alami, who new face here for Chicago. I mean, didn't play on Friday, but I mean, hey.
Wait a second. I'm not going to comment on that. That was pretty close, wasn't it? Whew. Dodged a bullet there.
Well, I mean, Alami already trying to make his presence be known. I mean, good eye there for Chicago, being able to find their man, just trying to go through. Could have been a dangerous play.
The beauty of not having VAR is that the commentators can go, look, I was right. Back to action, folks. Simon Allen here, the Dalai Lama of soccer. Next to me, Alex the Knife Nevaeh, having a great time here in beautiful Irvine, California, one of my favorite places in the world, Championship Stadium. Chicago right now, and controlling the ball on their half of the pitch, trying to find any player to make that run. And here we go. Of course, Balboa wants to go ahead and ruin their party. Munez now with the ball. He's going to have a little bit of space. He's looking up. Very well done. Very well done. Lukacic now wants to get the ball, but again, they're on the right page. It's just right now they're probably not reading the same book, because I've seen Lukacic essentially be a bit flat-footed.
Somewhat of a change in momentum here in this match. Now Balboa is now starting to figure things out, how to get the ball out of their defenses and getting it to their midfield. And now the midfield's starting to get a little busy here for Balboa.
Yes, absolutely. It's taken them about 22 minutes, about 20 minutes to get to this point right here, which I'm really liking. There's a bit of an opportunity here. He's looking for Tiero. Tiero looks like he was onside. Again, just an errant foot, and the defense did their job for Chicago. And here's that quick counter. Look at that. He's got a little bit of space, and the ball is going to stop rolling, so he's got it. Very, very dangerous. He's going to get into the box. Makes that, good bounce. Just couldn't get his hips around that one. I mean, that was...
It's a great quality shot there from Achara. I mean, he's been hunting. He's been a true definition of a hunter, true definition of a forward right there, and takes advantage of the space that he has. And I'm really liking the work that he's doing here. I mean, he's making himself available, getting to the ball here. Beautiful cross that ended up just getting headed away, but it goes straight to the foot of Achara. And, well, we're still looking at goose eggs here. I mean, Coach Reyes nodding his head right now and just, well, that's a huge sigh of relief, essentially.
If Jimenez didn't head that ball away, who knows what would have done or what would have happened. But at the end of the day, the action is definitely on this side of the pitch, and Chicago seems to be in complete control. But we've seen where it's only a matter of minutes, and the tides do shift. Here come Balboa. Here you go. Look at that. Bags of space. Tierra's looking for it. Now there's that pass. What's he going to do with it? It's one-on-one. Very good. Surely he's got to control it, and he doesn't. And it doesn't even matter because it's offside. Wow. And that was a really sort of dangerous moment for Chicago. And again, it's just those little bits. It's breaking down the wall sort of brick by brick and seeing what can happen. And Balboa could do it. It's not a foregone conclusion. You know, don't worry about the last match. You know, this is a fresh piece of paper.
Essentially working with a whole new sheet here, but I mean, trying to incorporate Jason Rivera. I mean, I'm really curious to see how does Rivera and Tierra work together without Rosales here on the pitch, which I know he will make an appearance here in this match. Definitely will, depending on what the situation is. So, I mean, Balboa still trying to figure things out here. How do we keep this ball on our offensive side of the pitch after that whistle? Pretty clear, easy one to call there.
Yeah, Ruiz got fouled. So far, so good, though. I mean, I'm enjoying this match. Hope everyone out there on the Worldwide Spiderweb is. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, this is the first match of a doubleheader. Third place match for UPSL. And obviously, right after, well, a few moments after this, we'll have, we'll crown a champion for sure, right?
Definitely going to have the first place and second place team of the 2025 spring season. I mean, hey, we're getting close to the fall season type of thing. So, I mean, summer's almost around the corner, about to end.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's Balboa. Again, good move. He's going to run out of space. He doesn't. It's done. And oh, my word. Opportunity knocked, and Balboa just couldn't answer. Rivera just kicking himself right now. He's going to have nightmares about that. Fortune favors the bold, but seriously,
That has to be a gimme right there.
Yeah.
Rivera, I mean, like you mentioned, he is going to kick himself for that one. You couldn't have painted that slap of the ball there from Demanji perfectly. Wow. That was straight to Rivera. That was for Rivera to finish it just up the middle, up the guts, and be able to give Balboa the first lead here in the semis, or in the finals, I should say.
And here's the irony of it. That's probably the most dangerous thing we've seen all day. And it came from Balboa. So stay tuned, folks. And if you're out there, Balboa fans, yeah, you know how good of a team you have.
And I think this is the beautiful thing of the game of soccer. I mean, you may think you have the advantage. You may be Chicago, you get confident, you get a little cocky, and such because the ball is one-sided. But it just takes one little mistake to just change everything. This game will humble you up. This game will definitely humble you up. I mean, here's Coach Reyes again. I mean, he is a good coach. He is a great coach.
He's giving his I know a lot of coaches that wouldn't even pick up a water bottle and give it to you.
He's about his team.
That's very good.
I bet he is about his team.
Yeah. Just overcooked that particular corner. It's a throw in now for Chicago.
But essentially, you're deep in your pitch. So, I mean, if you're Balboa, do you keep a lot of white kits up here just to keep the ball here?
I would.
Definitely should.
Yeah.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
You have a couple of kits right there, about 3 in that left corner. I mean, every man covering a blue kit.
There you go. Balboa now with possession. Does it favor them? Not quite. Chicago now with the ball. Well, we know this. This is the route that Chicago's going to take. There's that through ball. Can he control it? He does. Yep. And Lukashek just couldn't do much with it, but he gets the ball back. And again, look at the defensive work for Balboa. They are clocking in overtime at this point. Should be very proud of themselves. It's still 0-0 up on the scoreboard. 29th minute of the first half. If you're just tuning in, this is a night and day difference between Friday and today. Here comes Chicago. Relentless. And I've used the word relentless a lot this weekend, haven't I? Because, once that shark bites, it just goes after more goal after more goals after more goals. And it looks like Chicago just, again, like a machine going towards that goal, trying to do something with it.
been liking the decisions that Chicago has been making, putting a little pressure on Chavez. Chavez has been able to answer to the pressure, and he has not given in at all. Hey, I got this. I can handle it. I mean, Sederberg is taking this one in from the sidelines, but hey, Chavez has definitely earned that right now of him being that starting keeper for this match.
Chicago now with possession. Got a little bit of space, giving him a lot of respect. He's going to try to go ahead and switch it to this side of the pitch. He's going to have to do it quickly. Yeah, obviously. Goes back to Marley. Marley's going to go look for Glorioso on this side of the pitch. No, instead, Lukasic. Good movement. And that's in. Surely, yeah. Very well weighted, very well passed, just not quick. Well, I'll take it back. Goalkeeper a little bit quicker, so give him credit for that. Here come Balboa now. Good movement. Back to the defense. Playing from the back. Goalkeeper boots it out to the midfield, and there you go. There's that. There's a foul. Why is the...
Interesting.
He can't. It's like, all right, okay, I'll just pretend I didn't make the foul and wonder what the...
well,
you know.
Just a little too much there for March. Yeah. And he's got to be careful. Marchie's already in the books here in the 11th minute with a yellow. So, I mean, he's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the 31st minute. A lot of match to be played.
Yeah. I have to laugh at that because it's the same thing I was doing, you know, years and years ago. Very well done. Can he control it? He does. Balboa now with the ball. There you go. Certainly a shot. No. Well defended. And there's the shot and just whiffed. Come on. Got to do a lot better than that. And then, again, here's that quick counter. Here comes Chicago. Bags of space. Absolutely onside. He's got it. It's one-on-one. He's got. Look, you see the target player running up. Surely he just runs out of space. He does.
Just trying to get that over the three players that were marking him right there. I mean, just getting covered up with it turned into 3v1 right here. Look at the replay again. Here is Munir Alami trying to split through those two, just trying to chip it right over and hoping that he could just place it perfectly. Hoping that maybe Chicago Nations Lukasic or even Achara could be in the other end of it.
Got to give credit to Chavez though. He made himself big. Ricocheted off his body for the corner, another corner for Chicago. Lots of bodies in the box. Can they do something with it? It's got to get past the first defender. It doesn't. Headed down. Not out of safety, though. Here we go. Back in the box. And, yeah. Yeah. Decent play there by Chicago. A little bit of a challenge, but nothing that, as of yet, Balboa can't handle.
Cross right there. Achara trying to set something up there for Lukasic. Lukasic has been busy here in this match. I mean, he has just made himself available. He's just any opportunity he can just dribble the ball.
He's like an old-timey Jaguar car where it has two tanks.
Yep.
And teed up for him. Surely. There's the shot.
Just a little too much.
A little high. It's a three-pointer.
Three-pointer. Okay, we're playing basketball here today.
Is it?
We're playing basketball.
Oh.
Well, hey, I thought you were going to put 3 on the field goal right there.
What? The running theme of whenever Alex and I work together is I try to do some sort of an American football reference and I get it wrong.
He said 3-pointer. How are we doing basketball here? Or,
I don't know anymore.
Like field goal? I think he meant field goal here, folks.
Let me just stick to football here. Let me just stick to
there we go. We're going to see a hydration timeout potentially.
Cool.
Or?
Yeah. No.
Oh, never mind.
It's a foul.
It's a set piece.
Referee's going to go ahead and just take it back and just he sort of stopped the momentum right now. So let's see if they can quickly get back to it. All right, a little bit of space here. Glorioso with the ball gets to the center of the park. Something's going to happen here. You know, Lukasic wants it back. He doesn't get it back. It's ricocheted away by Balboa, I should say. Back to the defender. Playing from the back. Certainly he's going to find someone in space. He does. He's going to get... You can just see Chicago essentially closing in right now. Back to the goalkeeper. Chavez is going to do something with it quick. He does. It's in the middle of the park. Who controls it? And it's booted away. Looking for Tiero. Tiero's not going to get close to it right now. So far, so good. But again, look at this. Back to that side of the pitch. There's going to be a cross in there soon. Good defending by Balboa. Look at that. Bags of space. Surely a shot. No, looks to his right. Sees Lukac. Yes. Let's get past his mark. Takes a cross. No, not quite. It's not out of danger. Balboa better be careful. And there it is. A little bit of space. Surely the shot now. And well handled and well done by Balboa. And good for a step. Well, very good.
Would have loved to see Pulisic just pull the trigger just a little sooner when he had a better vision there
100%.
Against Chavez, but just delaying to get that one off just a little bit. But, I mean, for all of his efforts, he's getting a corner kick, keeping the ball here. I mean, this is Chicago Nation-style football that we have seen in the past 35 minutes. So, I mean, if you could keep it here, you essentially love it here.
Going 0-0 into the break would be more of a benefit for Balboa, but again, defensively, they've been very, very good. Glorioso with the ball. He's going to go ahead and just, there you go, floats it in there. There's the header. Easily. Just looks, goalkeeper just looks and something's going on over here. Looks like we got a, wow, interesting.
No Tiero.
Tiero's coming off. That is not something that I actually...
I mean, a little bit Coach Reyes isn't messing around here. I mean, he is making some substitutions, seeing things right out of the gates. And, I mean, only he knows his club. Only he knows the changes that he's trying to make. I mean, Tiero just trying to, I mean, hey.
Well, he wasn't getting service enough, so maybe a change. But, again, it's early days for me. But, again, all right. Right, well, a little bit more fluid. Oh, well, there you go.
We have a downed player here for Balboa.
Yeah.
Just trying to dissect.
Comes on, and a second later he gets fouled. That's, well, must be a threat. Must be a threat.
Welcome to the match.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you got a little set piece. Consider like a corner here for Balboa. An opportunity for them to get on the board here.
We'll see. I mean, they've got to do something with it. This is a really good opportunity. Player just comes on, draws the foul, and now let's see what happens.
See a lot of Chicago Nation kits right there. That's going to be pretty tough to beat. Maybe you add another kit or two inside of the box. Two-man wall.
Floats in. Very well done, but goes towards the net, but a lot of bodies in front of it. Not going to bother the goalkeeper. Throw in for Chicago. So that was an opportunity that I thought, fair enough. Oh, it's a handball as well.
Just a little bump from behind.
Yeah. Glorioso throws it in. Playing from the back this time. No long ball, hey? Okay.
Yeah, well, gives it away.
Gives it away, yep.
I mean, essentially, can you take advantage if you're Balboa? I mean, hey, this is a free ball right here.
Yeah.
Free ball, and it stays here in the lower thirds of your offensive side of the pitch for Balboa.
Switches sides. Well done, Balboa. Trying to stretch out Chicago. Back into the mix. Yeah. Medina really trying to get his vertical really high, but he used player's shoulder. They're just going to laugh about it.
And that's the right way to do it, right?
Cool, yeah.
Right way to do it. But, I mean.
Look at how high you went. Boom, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely had the. Glorioso definitely has the height advantage there. I mean, most defenders are usually more of the taller players. It can be taller than some of the forwards that are there.
So, Glorioso now on the ball. He's looking for Lukovic. He's seeing him. He didn't quite get to him yet. There he is. And again, just doesn't quite get the ball to him. This is about the third or fourth mistake we've seen. That's that's not very characteristic of this particular team. Balboa now have the ball, maintaining possession. Has still got the ball right now. He's looking. No one's attacking him. Okay. Middle of the park right now for Balboa. Looking for anyone. Again, not on the same page. Fine. Early days. It's still the first half. Get to the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline.
I still say it's even early to say that, to talk about the, getting into the locker room right about now. I mean, getting into the 40th minute.
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen, as we've seen both of these clubs are capable of doing.
Muscled his way through, and here come Balboa trying to find it. Not quite on the same page yet, but again, it's not out of danger. It is kind of now. Chicago now have possession. They're moving the ball forward. A little bit of space here, but no, it's not going to get. It's going to get past the player. Back with Balboa. Again, back and forth, just relinquishing possession back and forth, and then it's just not really doesn't do anything to settle down, sort of the run of play here. Look at this, easy one, certainly, and there's the shot, and well saved. And look at that slide tackle. They're trying desperately to get rid of the ball, and they're going to try everything at this point. But look at that. Again, a bit slow for Lukovic at this point, right? He should have taken that shot a lot earlier, but again, hindsight being 50-50.
Just worth a second look here there. It just turned into Chavez versus Lukasic, and Lukasic, I just feel like that's a missed opportunity right there. Anytime you get 1v1 against the keeper, I mean, that should be advantage the attacker, but I mean, hey, Chavez, very good goalkeepersmanship right there, and just like that, Chicago with a player down, and Balboa also making a sub, and Brazel's coming in.
Wow. Medina off, eh? Okay. Players asking for a water break, and I totally get it.
The official letting them know, too.
And I kind of get it. Like, there's just a few minutes left, right? And safety for the player first, obviously, but it's about 3.5 minutes left, and there's a substitution coming in with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
That's going to be it for Michael Flores. Hopefully it's not anything injury related here in this one, because he was the player that was down for the count. That's going to be William Butler that's going to be coming in. And Butler did make an appearance in the Friday night match.
Yeah. Balboa on this side of the pitch. A little bit dangerous right now. Perhaps they have the eye of the tiger, and they're going right through defenders right now. Let's see what happens. He can run out of space. He doesn't. He gets that ball dangerously close. Booted away, and look at this.
So a corner?
Yeah, well, we know who came to the rescue there. Marley now booted it away and giving away a corner, which is acceptable at this point, but it's a few minutes to go in the first half. Can Balboa do something with it? Corner kick. Doesn't get past the first defender. Booted away again. Going to gingerly roll out to touch. It doesn't. Wow. Balboa not wasting any time. Passing the ball around. Patience. Lukasic with the ball, gets it back. Glorioso with a little bit of space. He wants it back. No. Got it to Pitlick. Pitlick's got it down to the center of the park to Munyaneza, who's got it all the way on the other side of the pitch, and it's just booted, just sort of haphazardly. And
how important?
That's Butler's first kick of the pretty much of the day, and it wasn't that great. So at least he got it out of his system.
I mean, I got to say, how important is it to just try to close out this half with having the momentum in your favor, even if you just finish?
I'm kind of baffled at the substitutions. I'm kind of baffled at the wanting water. I'm gonna get a lot of stick for that. But it's like, you know, play the game. You know, why change something up? Here comes it's offside. It's offside. Why change it up and then go back into the dressing room to like? Why not just make that change in the dressing room, have plenty of time to talk about it. Why confuse any player that might be confused? Unless they're so well versed in sort of the substitution and the roster, but I don't know. So, yeah. It's, you know, we talked about the heat, and I don't think that was the case. Here comes Chicago. Balboa have to watch out now. In the box, surely something's going to happen here. Flicks it, and there's the shot. Oh, well defended. And there's another shot. That wasn't too far off.
Wow.
And Glorioso was doing a good job just being sort of Johnny on the spot over there and taking the shot. He didn't waste any time. Look, saw it coming, and boom. 3 minutes of added time.
I mean, again, just Chicago getting control of this match in seconds.
Right.
In immediate seconds. They see two good quality shots right there, but unfortunately doesn't go to the back of the net. Yeah. But, I mean, I still got to say, I mean, those are positive key takeaways that you're going to definitely talk about if you're Coach Garrett Hayward for Chicago. I mean, there's definitely a lot of positives to talk about for Chicago. A lot of great things.
Alex, across the board.
Both ways.
Across the board, yeah. There's Marley got a bit handsy with his.
I mean, look at the height advantage that Marley has against Brazil, though.
He doesn't need to do that, though, because, you know, he's a good player, doesn't he? He's a good player. A really good player. I mean, he's... Passed back. Chavez now gets it to his right. He's looking to sort of stretch this team out a little bit. Find some space, find these pockets, and get anyone with a white shirt, get the ball to his feet and see what he can do with it. It's the middle of the park, a lot of traffic, way too much traffic. Plenty of space on this side of the pitch, lads. Back-heeled. Good movement, inch by inch. It's in the box, certainly. There's a little bit of space, surely a shot. No. Smothered and taken away. And there's a foul right there. Referee was right there, and there's going to be some sort of a booking here. And it's going to go to the injured player. So like Lukasic is going to get a yellow, yeah.
That is replay right there, sticking out the left foot just a little too much.
Yeah. Right
there. Getting this yellow card in stoppage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a yellow card for Sam Marchi back in the 11th minute. And Lukasic now here in stoppage time in the first half. And we even saw a yellow card to Kaysen-Berg, which Kaysen-Berg, I mean, he has made adjustments throughout this match, kept keeping the emotions in check right now.
As you should. Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Yeah, as you should. It's a big match.
I mean, right? Lukasic too. I mean, now that he's in the bookings officially, I mean, he's gonna have to be careful with how he plays in the second half.
Well, he just can't get hot-headed, can he?
Nope.
Can't be. You know, he can't. You know, miss a shot on goal and then get mad and then say something to the referee.
Nope.
Right? You can't do that anymore.
You can't match the temperature of how it is outside, you know? It's hot.
So, yeah. And he looks like he's got a bit of a problem. Looks like it might be an ankle.
A little bit of a hobble off of the pitch right now.
And it's just winding the clock down a bit. Referee is pointing to his watch saying, I got it. Don't worry about it. Balboa wants to take this free kick very soon, very quickly. They want to see if they can get something going on in the box, and it's wow. So Marquez comes on. Marquez comes on for Lukasic. Okay. Well, that we know why.
That one makes that one's definitely.
So it looks like it was could have been a past injury. That's you don't want to play with 10 players. And there it is, folks. First half in the book. It's been interesting. It really has. You're looking at Chicago Nation FC versus Balboa FC here in the third place match for UPSL, and it's 0-0. And let me tell you, it's been interesting. It's been two teams playing, one very defensively, one very offensively, one doing a great job defending while not doing a fantastic job getting to the final third. And again, another team just relentless, trying to get a goal. And it's kind of a stalemate right now. Honor's sort of even at 0-0. But again, we have another 45 minutes to play, Alex.
Absolutely, and if you're Balboa, this is a key takeaway. I mean, being able to keep blank Chicago Nation right about now, that's big. That's already a big-time adjustment, a big-time obvious, and, well, a tip of the cap here for Balboa's own keeper in Chavez.
We'll be back in a few moments, folks. Stay tuned. We got ourselves we got an interview coming up right now, so stick around for Chris, folks.
I'm here with Chicago Nation head coach Garrett Hayward. Garrett, what did you see there in the first half?
I saw we had a lot of opportunities, and we didn't put the ball in the back of the net. So,
what do you guys need to do to win this game?
We need to put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, I think it's pretty simple. We let these guys stick around. We don't finish our opportunities. One or two opportunities our way could be a result in a goal for them, and then we're chasing the game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Nice.
And thank you, Chris, for that. Appreciate that very much. Great insight, obviously, trying to be as Here, the Dalai Lama of soccer next to me, Alex the Knife Neveja. We've got about a minute or so before the players come back onto the pitch. Here are the halftime highlights of the first half of this doubleheader here in Irvine, California.
Definitely a lot to look about if you want to talk about Chicago Nation here in this first half. And I mean, they start off pretty aggressive here, but again, just like Coach Hayward mentioned, they just couldn't capitalize. They couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. And a lot of those, we know a lot of Chicago fans were definitely throwing their screens left and right and just a little frustrated not being able to get the ball in the back of the net and just weren't able to capitalize on those. And you know, there's that saying, the one that forgives always loses, but quite the contrary. Balboa, they had that wide open shot right there by Jason Rivera. Couldn't pinpoint it in the back of the net. That's going to be one that's going to be kicking Coach Reyes right about now, along with Jason Rivera. But hey, we have a whole entire second half that we got to look into. But definitely some adjustments that both of these clubs need to make. Chicago, they need to just try to just continue. Remember the roots of this match. They started the match one-sided. Try to keep the match one-sided as much as they possibly can. Keep hunting. Keep looking for these opportunities. And if you're Balboa, you want to look for a drawn-out counterattack to get the Chicago Nation team, because if they're going to continue to play back, at some point there's going to be a favorable ball there for Balboa. They're going to come in, attack like lightning, and just like that, it'll be a quick 1-0 lead.
Alex, in my opinion, that the header that didn't quite happen for Balboa was the most dangerous sort of moment of the match, regardless of how many shots Chicago Nation had. And if Chicago Nation is taking these shots outside of the box and they're not going through, they're skying away, then it's time to actually penetrate the box a little bit more in the second half and see what happens. You see the crowd is filling up. You see players from the next match sitting down watching this. They've been there before, so why not? And they're going to enjoy this fantastic weather we have here as a spectator. Now, when they get on the pitch, it might be a little bit different. But again, we want to see what kind of changes. We saw some wholesale changes anyway at the beginning of the match for both these teams, and then some more as the first half was essentially coming to a close. So we'll see what happens tactically. I don't expect any of the coaches to sort of say, well, you know, you did anything wrong when it comes to defensively for Balboa or attack-wise for Chicago. What are they going to go ahead and do, for example, Balboa are going to do to essentially get into that box quicker and get more shots on goal or more headers on goal? So we'll see. Some of the players are already out. You can see Chicago is just itching to get to get on with it and win this match and probably go home.
Why they want to come home with some hardware. I mean, why not enjoy the Southern California weather? But both of these clubs, they mean business right now. Chicago, they looked pretty good in that first half. And I mean, you talked about the defensive work. And I mean, hey, if it's 0-0 right now, it means to say that your defensive work did pay for itself right now and did what it was supposed to do. But I'd like to see Chicago maybe just step it up even a little bit more than what they're doing already. Okay. Even more than what they're doing, essentially, because maybe that next level up on the amplifier is definitely going to help out Chicago get that first goal. I mean, that first goal has been pretty tricky to get in the back of the net. I mean, you've got two very good keepers, and Chavez and Demanji for both of these clubs. I mean, they're doing great work there in the net. Looking at Chavez, Chavez is ready to go too. I mean, he's getting ready. He's getting loose. Yep. I mean, he's replacing Alex Setterberg from Friday's match, but I mean, Chavez, he's got big shoes that he's got to fill right now. But Demanji, good stuff from him as well. I have really liked what he's brought this weekend. Yeah, I
just want to point out to my notes pre-match what I wrote down about Balboa. I said, look, you can read it in my notes. Strikers need to step up. Defenders can't make mistakes. Well, defenders aren't making mistakes. Now it's time for the strikers. They need to step up. Simple as that. So let's get.
Looking at the bracket again, folks. Yeah. I mean, we have LA 10 and Tennessee Temple. That is the final that's going to be coming up at the 5:30 or the 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's coming up here on the YouTube channel and such for the UPSL. But, I mean, still business to take care of here with Chicago trying to go home with some hardware. Balboa, they are also trying to be that dark horse player and be that Cinderella story type of club for them to be able to even just go home with some hardware, go back to Fort Worth.
Referee's just checking everyone out. 45 down, 45 minutes to go starting. Now, here we go. Balboa passing it back. Nice little long through ball. Look at that. starting quite quickly. A little bit of miscommunication in the back, but very well done. And needless to say, Marley just watches the ball roll out to touch. It's a goal kick for Demanji. Gets it to his left back. A lot of the key players out, so we've got new players in, obviously, just from the final moments of the first half. What kind of a difference are they going to make? They've been they've had their water, their orange, maybe a cup of tea. Here come Balboa. Certainly something going to happen here. Passes it back to his teammate who's just at the edge of the box. He moves backward rather than forwards, looking to cross it in there. Headed away. Chicago Nation now have control. You can hear people just from the fans saying pressure.
Nice to hear some chirping from the fans. I mean, they're also locked in. They're really getting into this match because it is just neck and neck right about now. No one has quite been able to get that answer. How do we get that first goal?
Muñoz now with the throw-in doesn't get to his mark at all. And, oh, no, that was a bit oversold and passed back to Demanji. He's going to look to the other side. He switches sides. A little bit of space here. I think from here, I think that's Glorioso. Yep, maybe. Yep. Given away again. Midfield's a bit of traffic, but well maintained. Good possession by Balboa. Trying to get anyone. Very well done, though. Look, a little bit of space here. Both players on their bikes, and who can control it? It's not out to touch yet. It rolls favorably for Chicago. And it's all right.
Liking the start here from Balboa, starting with a little bit of explosiveness there in their step right now. And that's what you like to see here from Balboa. Try to change things up, catch Chicago off balance or off guard.
Petlik with the ball now. Look at that. Nutmegs is up to, he goes to Muñoz. Muñoz now looks to his left and he looks to his right. Goes to his left. Read very well by the defenders of Balboa.
Jimenez on that slide tackle, being able to get the job done right there, booting the ball out, stopping Chicago, putting a pause on the attack.
Very well done. Again, just take the throw in, maintain possession. Into the box. A little bit of space here. Headed backwards. Fine. Here comes Chicago. Surely something's going to happen here. There's that cross. Doesn't quite fall favorably, and here comes the counter for, no, didn't quite happen there either. Chicago now with the ball again. Bit more rigid in the way they're playing, but they're still quite favoring that attack. Constant attack on Balboa, and it's a throw-in again for Chicago.
It's good to see Chicago being able to change from the defensive side of the ball back to the offensive side of things, just like they started the match here. And it's almost like deja vu all over again. A little bit of a slower start for Chicago, but now here in the second half, already figuring it out. And just like that, they have a corner kick coming up. So, I mean, hey, essentially, Chicago, they just need that one goal, and that'll really get things going.
Might do it, yeah. Marquez stands over the ball right now. Plenty of patriotic shirts in the box. A lot more white shirts, perhaps, yeah. So good defending right now. A little bit of movement. There's the kick. Oof. It's an offside. Okay. Fair enough. Chavez now is going to go ahead and just take his time a bit. He's going to have to. I just don't think they're going to play from the back anymore. I could be wrong here, but I think that's probably what the coach was talking about. Yeah, look, he's giving the, yeah. So the kick is going to a field player, which is great. And there you go. Absolutely bypasses the defense and goes straight into the middle of the park. Hopefully they can go ahead and maintain possession. It comes back to Balboa's defense. I had a feeling that's what they'll be talking about. Like, stop playing from the back. It's not working. And it looks like the beginning of the second half, that's what they're doing. Balboa now in a little bit of control. Look at that. Very well done and very well timed. Well, we know who that was. That was Marley, who starts off the counter. Chicago now are in control. Again, passed behind the player. That's just not going to do it for Marquez right now. He's just not on the same page, or one of those guys is not on the same page, because I've seen 3 or 4 passes that were just behind the player rather than in front, and that's going to get a bit frustrating as the moments tick on. Throw in right now for Balboa. Got the ball. Good. Good movement. Good decision right there. Player in bags of space. He's going to try to bypass them. Surely. There it is. He's going to try to go ahead and get the ball to his teammate. It doesn't quite work.
Had the right idea there, looking for Kaysenberg, playing more as an offensive defender type-esque, but, I mean, they have the right idea, trying to avoid the whole entire midfield and try to get a little creative on the attack. We haven't really seen that style of attack in the first half.
We haven't seen that at all, because they've been playing sort of like this, sort of Spanish-style football, La Liga style football, where they play from the back and try to sort of move forward a bit. Now they're coming out saying, listen, we don't have time for that. Let's just start the run of play. Let's start the attack on their side of the pitch, in the midfield somewhere, right about now. Again, kudos to Chicago that have literally just picked that up right now. Went, oh, that's what they're doing. So they're playing a little bit lower down, and they're smothering any kind of attack they have. So here comes Chicago. Nice little through ball into space. Surely something's going to happen here. And look at the resilience on Chavez. Just comes out, well-timed, kicks the ball out to safety. Look at this.
A little bit of some scary moments right there as Chavez was one step ahead, literally one step ahead from Achara. And Achara, he's been quite the heck of a player here for Chicago as well. I mean, he has been making himself available inside of the box. He has come up with some great quality shots. And
referee's asking the player to go backward about. I'm not sure that was right there, but okay. Here comes Chicago. No complaints, though. Here we go. Again, great defending by Balboa. I've come to the realization that they might be playing for a 0-0 and maybe like a sort of an errant counter and go straight to penalties, maybe, if that's what they're... Because defensively, they're really good. Oh, I know you guys don't like that, but at the end of the day, it's like... Could that have been something that was mentioned in the dressing room, Alex? Like, obviously, there's just not enough penetration into the box to score a goal. Are they just focusing on defending? Teams have done that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
We've seen it here.
There's no doubt. I mean, just parking the bus and just say we're just going to play the defensive game and just try to send this to PKs that we have confidence in our team that they can get a job.
Of course, there's moments like this where you go, well, I'm completely wrong. Surely, a shot. Someone's going to have to pull the trigger.
There's a lot of blue kits that are hanging out.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to dissect that.
Here we go. And just not on the same page. Well, that's fine. That was some good moments there. Didn't quite come to fruition, but again, Balboa will now have control and just given away. As soon as I said that, I'm kicking myself for saying that, but here comes Chicago. What can they make of this? Little pass backwards, and they're going to try to play inside the midfield with just a little bit of traffic. Now they're going to try to stretch out Balboa and make some space for anyone up front. You see right now, even the strikers up front for Chicago, they're offside. Quick throw in.
I just want to say, going back to this match going to penalties.
I'm not saying it's going to go. I'm not saying it's going to go. Maybe that's what they're playing for.
I'm just saying, I don't see this match going to penalties like that.
Why not?
I definitely see a goal going to be scored here in regulation.
Right.
That's just my opinion. I mean, one of these clubs are going to make a costly mistake, and the other club is going to take advantage of it.
Okay.
I won't tell you who, because right now they're evenly matched. Right?
Yeah. That's what, I mean, you have to sort of say right off the back that Balboa have learned their lesson from Friday, and that defensively they are sound, right? I can't fault much, So they're keeping Chicago at bay. Did someone in the dressing room just say, maybe we can stretch this out?
It was a night and day difference. I mean, from Friday into today, absolutely.
Look, and they are countering. Look, they're doing that.
Maybe one of those Coach Reyes must have told them, okay, guys, defensively, we're in. We're good. We look a lot stronger defensively. Yeah. Now, let's look for some more offense, more attacks here. I mean, let's change up the plan. I mean,
here we go. There's some attack right now. There are no white shirts in the box for that to be a cross. So now they have to go ahead and penetrate the box and see something happen. So, look, referee stops the game. It's a foul. Who was the American football guy that was doing commentary, and they told him, you got to stop talking because you're predicting the plays too much.
Are you talking about Tony Romo?
That's right. Yeah,
Tony Romo.
He was predicting the plays, and they didn't like that. And so, predictions and all that. He was like, well, he's going to do, the quarterback's going to do this. And the quarterback did exactly what he was saying over and over again, and the producers went, you can't do that. Here we go. Very well done.
I mean, just going back to your point, I mean, what do you expect? This is a former quarterback that knows plays left and right. I mean, knows the game and the inside and out.
Well, thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much.
Tony Romo in the house, folks. Tony Romo in the house. Yeah. His name is just Simon Allen and of soccer. That's why they call him the Dalai Lama of soccer.
It's like I've seen a million matches. Very well done. And you're just good cross, finds the head of the player. I mean, there's no bite to it, but just very well done. Good thought there. And look.
Is that what we're thinking, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you play for the Dodgers, right?
Sure.
That's how much I know about.
Again, as we talked about it all day, he's talking about the football with the space helmets here, folks.
Over the years, the act that I don't know anything about, about American sports. One of these days, you find me on a baseball broadcast and go, "Is that the same guy who didn't know anything about baseball?" It was just play acting. All right. Here comes Chicago, folks. I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. As you can probably hear, we are enjoying ourselves. I hope you are. Some really good football here. Here comes Chicago on the attack. They're getting the balls through. They're getting it to their striker. And at the end of the day, Chara has to do a little bit better with it, but the plan is working for them now. Just got to hit the old onion bag and score a few goals. Of course, Balboa going to do everything in their power to stop that.
Again, it's just nobody quite has the edge on the other right now. I mean, when you think, things are looking better, but the other one just seems to have an answer.
Well, here comes a good attack right here, and Mali is essentially trying to muscle the player off the ball.
Ooh, little tussle right there. Got to be careful.
That is a very mismatched fight right there. I'm going to tell you right now from experience, probably not going to win that one.
Don't think so.
And I have the photos to prove it.
Well, I mean, just looking at it right here, it's just a typical tussle right here, a joust for the ball right here. Brazil trying to fight with Marley right now. I mean, just frustration's getting the best of it. I mean, it's just the heat of the moment.
I totally get it.
It's a third place match right now. They're trying to fight for that hardware right now, but I mean, Brazil, keep those emotions on check. Unfortunately, you're not going to win that one. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. As a former short player myself, I can tell you straight up, you are not going to win that battle if you're going to push a player that's as tall as Marley. Now here comes a substitution.
Balboa, another
substitution for Balboa.
Another one.
Again, this is what I was thinking about on Friday. Like, this is just too many. Like, something's going on here. It's just too many substitutions. How do you keep momentum? How do you keep that sort of level of play when there's just too many new players on the pitch? And again, I'd love to get proven wrong on this one, but again, is he on the pitch or is he still waiting? He's still waiting. The referee hasn't done it yet. Yeah. Chicago now with the ball on their side of the pitch. How uncharacteristic is that? Look, there's a player in a white shirt essentially going after the ball that's at the feet of the goalkeeper. So look, a little bit of a change, that's for sure. In the middle of the park right now, Balboa have the ball, looking to find some space. Good marking. Yeah. Play to the player in front of you. He does. It just happens to be behind him at the same time. Balboa now with the ball again, trying to stretch out Chicago, trying to find a pocket, and do they? Yes, they do. Certainly a shot. There it is, and absolutely doesn't get a good connection to it. One of the best chances of the match for Balboa, and he just couldn't connect. Look at this.
Balboa again. They had. This is their second blown opportunity here for Balboa. I mean, they had a wide open net for Rivera, and Rivera couldn't nail that one. Now this one being blown here by Balboa, and you know what? The game is not very forgiving. The game is not forgiving, and if you don't take advantage of those opportunities, Chicago just might.
Well, I mean, yeah, you might rue the day that you missed that, and
well, that's going to be it for Brazil.
Well, fresh legs. 30 minutes to go. So far, so good. It's on this, you know. Balboa doing a good job keeping the ball on Chicago's side of the pitch until now. Good defending by Balboa. And look, he's going to get it back to his goalkeeper, and his goalkeeper keeping it awfully close to that touchline. He kicks it out for a throw-in for Chicago. Chicago Nation going to do something with this now. They were just really a little bit of a danger moment right there on the other side of the pitch for Chicago. Now they're going to sort of turn the tide and see if they can start peppering the box with shots. I said before that, you know, I'm not a big fan of peppering the goal with shots from outside the box, but what about inside? Booted away by Balboa.
Well, I'll tell you this, Simon. I mean, there's a lot of white kits that are just hanging out. Those are at least 8, 9 white kits. So Chicago's got to find a way to maybe try to get them out of playing on the defensive side of things, whether it's a long-distance shot. I'm always a big fan, bringing out the sniper rifle, get a long shot.
And there's that through ball, not quite there. Goalkeeper very happy to just see that roll out, and he's going to go ahead and just get that goal kick in there. But there was a player down, and the referee wasn't having any of it just a few moments ago. But that's the kind of movement I like, where player just looks up for a split second, and there's a player running into some space, and the next one will probably connect. And here comes Chicago now. It's almost the same kind of philosophy. Well, there's a person in space, but he's on the far right of the pitch. Not going to work. Playing that route one football for Balboa has kind of worked. You can see an inkling of a threat there. So let's see what happens next. Balboa now with the ball. Chavez holding on to it. See, bypass all the players. Time is ticking. Get it to someone that can be a little bit dangerous. And we see it. And doesn't get past the defender at all.
Making it tough to be able to get past the midfield for sure over here for Chicago Nation. Good defensive work for Balboa. Adding a couple of white kits a little higher up.
We can look at it right now. This is a great shot. You can see that there's 4 defensively, 4 in the midfield, and there's a massive amount of space between the midfield 4 and the players up front. That's the pocket they're going to try to get into, but more importantly, they're going to try to bypass that pocket and go straight behind that between the last defender and the goalkeeper. So they're going to try to get that right about where you see the movement right there in the middle of the park. That's where that ball's going to go to all the time if you're playing that sort of route one football. Maybe that was part of the halftime talk. I like it. It's another substitution right now for Balboa. Yeah.
Joel Alleman that's going to be coming in. He got the start against LA 10 FC. This time starting from the sideline. So he's an original starting 11 here for Balboa. He's a part of the midfield, so more of a CDM type of player here for Balboa. So maybe adding a little more assistance there in the midfield position.
He played centrally on Friday's match, did really very well. I don't know why he wasn't starting, but maybe it's part of the plan. You know, Very well done. Very calm football by Chicago. Here they come. He sees the player that's got bags of space. I think that's Glorioso over there on the other side of the pitch. He gets stopped. And there's the quick counter. Going backwards. Fair enough. No one in the box right now, but they're inching forward. And this is where it gets a bit weird. There's too many bodies in the box. What can they do? Tried to turn. Didn't quite work. And that's actually kind of what happens. You know, you turn, you take the shot, and there's a big player in front of you.
And I think this is why Chicago doesn't mind giving up that plethora of space and being able to push the ball forward. They know there's not going to be a lot of white kits that are going to be inside of the box.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, hey, we're okay with giving up the space, but they're not throwing anybody in the box, so it's okay.
Right now, you can see that Chara is just really just in the same space as that last defender for Balboa. So he needs to move away very quickly. Imagine with a big boot, middle of the park. There he is. Chara needs to get a foot to it. He does, but it bounces favorable. Balboa now have the ball. They're moving around now, giving away. Here we go. A little bit of space, and the defense got to do much better than that. Look at them, and there it is. That's a dangerous area to give up a foul. Chicago now, let's see what they can do with it. Now, they had a similar free kick in the first half.
Well, Cruz making a big-time mistake, but, I mean, it'd only be a big-time mistake if Chicago's able to take advantage of it. So, I mean, that's going to be the big one.
This could be the one. This could be that mistake you're looking for that Chicago will sort of pounce on. So, I think this could be it. I mean, the Wall's going to do a much better job defending at this point. He can go, player can curl it above the wall. You can see, for example, Chara wants to move in. Could be one of those plays where he gets it, just rolls it in.
It's going to be Corey Pitlick that's going to be over the ball. He is the captain here for Chicago.
Corey Pitlick over the ball. It's like a four-man. There you go. There it is. There's the goal. There's the goal. Tony Romo?
Just give me the Tony Romo credit.
Fantastic stuff, though. Just fantastic stuff. I mean, there's that. Again, we talked about it. There's that mistake. You give up a free kick. The captain comes, says, "Okay, I'll take it." And honestly, the Wall didn't do its job. The goalkeeper couldn't do much with that. And it's a wonderful goal. And Chicago 1-0 up. Here we go. Look.
I mean, Pitlick just painting it perfectly on that top right corner right there. And the captain, we trust. Why not? And we talked about it. Simon and I mentioned it. It's going to take a mistake to be able to see a goal. Balboa caved. They blinked first. And, well, Chicago ends up coming up. They have a 1-0 lead. For all we know, this could be it of this match. But, again, speaking too soon, plenty of football to be played here. A lot to be played. So what do you do now? I think it's going to be. And
I just got to go back. That was a great match-changing free kick by Pitlick. So that's a kudos moment and absolutely a highlight moment for this match. So well done. And that's now you're absolutely right. What can they do? It doesn't look like Chicago is taking their foot off the accelerator pedal at this point. So that as soon as I said that, it's an inherent error, but unforced. So here we go. Here come. Oh, it's getting a bit dodgy downstairs, isn't it? So what will Balboa do? Well, again, it's judging by the last match, right? It's hard to say what they're going to do now. Wholesale changes in personnel, too many new players on the pitch, so can't be business as usual. But players are giving it all they can. Chicago now want that second goal. Didn't quite thread the needle on that one, but he shouldn't be doing that. He should be up front. So that was a charge. Now he's going to run back. Good passing by Balboa. They're not giving up. The last one not there yet. There was two players in the box that could have taken that ball. And there it is. There's that space that Chicago needs. Bags of it. There's one player to his left. He's taking his time, and he wants to find the right player. He does, and that's a good pass. Not on the same page yet. He's going to try to save this this momentum. Here we go. Chicago now with the ball. Gets it back. Does he want it back? No. And it goes back into the midfield, all the way back to Mali. And there goes that counterattack. Is it going to be a sort of another run of play here just to get in there? No. They're just sort of maintaining possession. Balboa now are looking to sort of just poach that ball and do something with it. Not quite. So far, so good. Oh, look at that. Well read by Balboa. Jimenez doing a good job over there. Constantly scanning the field, looking to see where he can be to stop a counter. Jimenez is looking to see where he can to sort of aid one of his defensive pals. Balboa now with control. They're in the middle of the park. A lot of traffic, a lot of congestion. They're finding their players in space. Momentum is on their side. There's a player over here completely open. Jimenez now looks straight in front of him. Very well done. Players are asking to calm down, but you know what? Chicago's not calming down. They're at full speed. Back to Jimenez. He's all right.
Well, you could definitely see Chicago not putting any sort of pressure whatsoever here on Balboa. A lot of blue kits just playing back. That's fine. You guys could push the ball forward all you want, but we're okay with giving up the space, as we mentioned before.
Very good right now. I think that went out, but okay. Fair enough. Here comes Balboa. There's a shot. Bounced off a player. I didn't think he knew much about it either, but it's a favorable one. There's a quick counter. Didn't quite work out, though. Balboa now, again, trying to go back into that other side of the pitch, into the box as quickly as possible. Can they do a cross? Can they put a white shirt in the box? Something to essentially scare Chicago. It's not happening. They're being patient. Time is ticking. Time is fleeting.
And I think it's going to come to that. I mean, Chicago, they have shown great composure throughout this whole entire match. No true signs of pressure. They've kept the same poker face on. Doesn't matter what the situation may be, and especially now. Yeah. The poker face is very much on their side right now. They haven't shown any other cards.
And Alex, I really think that Chicago knows that if they put one more in the back of the net, it's going to be out of reach for Balboa. It's going to be totally out of reach. So Balboa, no. We're not going to let that happen. It's the same quality of defending for Balboa now we saw coming out to the second half. No, now they're attacking.
They're definitely playing the I'm not going to say they're parking the bus, but if they have an opportunity to score another one and just call checkmate right now, they definitely will.
That would be the plan right now. I mean, if it was 1-0 the other way, it would be completely different, I think. But no, now it's playing for overtime.
The bus is in neutral.
Yeah,
I'm going to say the bus is in neutral.
No, there's no bus. There's no bus at all. It's just a huge jet.
Jet?
Yeah.
That's a huge difference from bus.
Yeah. If you want to do analogies with vehicles, that's,
Well, see, I don't live the Dalai Lama of soccer lifestyle like that. I don't own a jet. You don't
own a jet. Yeah. One day you will.
I don't.
One day
Folks, Simon Allen's jet is actually parked
That's how I got here. That's how I got here.
A great park over here in Irvine. He got here through a jet.
You now must be really mistaking me for Tony Romo. When my supermodel girlfriend walks in, you'll know that we're one and the same people. So
she's definitely here for Simon Allen.
Or the jet.
It could be the jet too.
It's the jet.
The jet with the soccer ball on the wing.
Right. Back to action, folks. Football is a fantastic sport. We know this, and it's the banter that really makes me love it even more, to be honest with you. And here comes Balboa, and they're not giving up. And just, again, well defended by Chicago. They've got to do something with it, though. They've got to put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. 2-0, it's over. Balboa have something to say about it, though. And again, a night and day difference between Balboa of Friday and Balboa now, which, again, I give a massive amount of credit to the players, the coaching staff, what they did on Saturday. They did not go to Disneyland on Saturday, I can tell you that much. They did their homework and they did their training, I can tell you that. And so if you missed that match, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it, tomorrow.
You have it on demand.
Yeah. Oh, It's a handball.
Little handball, and they're going to play it quick. They said no, relax.
He gets a yellow because it's
That's an obvious
so blatant. Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. No, we're not playing volleyball now. We're not trying to sink the ball.
You know. He wants the commentating crew to give him an awesome nickname like Iron Lion.
There we go.
And maybe Maradona would be the.
How many sports have we referenced this weekend? I mean,
I don't know.
We mentioned baseball. We've definitely done basketball. We've definitely said American football.
Space helmet rugby.
We just mentioned volleyball right now.
Yeah. The only one I truly love more than anything on this planet is the football, is the soccer. So we can joke about the rest of it, but
okay,
the good times are here.
Okay,
on the soccer pitch. Should we talk about bowling?
Bowling?
I don't know about that either. Here we go, folks.
But to say, what is the secondary sport?
For me.
For you.
Oh, my goodness. This is an interview of the Dalai Lama of soccer.
Yeah, this is an interview right here, folks.
It would be cycling.
Cycling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And because there's no ball, there's no analogy to anything else in soccer. So you can't say.
And there's an I in team for that. Unless I'm mistaken, you know.
Yeah. The beauty of cycling is that there's no ball, so you can't compare it to anything.
Fair enough. I mean,
so we can't do analogies. We
no.
can't say, well, yeah,
no.
You know. Very well done. It's just they've got that sort of that look in their eyes right now. Chicago wants something. They want that final dig, and they're trying to get it. They're trying to get that ball to Chara. They're trying to get that something can happen there, put it out of reach, and we got another substitution for Balboa. And this has to be an attacking option, to be honest with you. This has to be someone that can not only score goals but create goals as well. So, not much time to go. Oh, this player, got to give him more of a round of applause here because he's worked his socks off today.
Well, definitely, as you talked about it, you got to start maybe sacrificing a little bit of that defense, but more of the offensive right now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, if you're Balboa, essentially.
Munez now with the ball, crosses it in. It's into space. Surely a goal! No! And he's going to want that back. I don't even want to say that it was a sitter because it looked a bit more difficult, but that would have been the nail in the coffin. Look at this. As good of a pass as you're going to get.
Wow.
And Alami is just beside himself on that one.
I'm just kind of asking myself, how do you miss that one? It's wide open. The window is wide open right there for Alami, and that would have been it. That would have been the Mortal Kombat finish him right then and there.
Well, it's a very poetic miss to say the least, and he's going to rue the day he didn't sort of, like you said, finish the game off. But that was wow. That's a highlight you don't want on your reel. But let's get back to the action. Not much time, and Balboa not giving up. You can see there's fuel in their engine. A lot of fresh legs. Hard to keep up sometimes. Fouled. So quick restart. And a shirt tug, jersey was tugged.
Wondering, is the officials got to take out the yellow for that one? I mean, Cruz with a yellow card now, unfortunately, with a costly foul to cost them the one goal.
It's momentum, and there's maybe is this the mistake now that is going to, but again, it just stops. It was you were in control of that player. You were moving, and then there's another. Wow. Here we go.
Had a number of substitutions here for Balboa.
Yeah.
Just looking for ways. How do we come back into this match? Just one of those hoping a plug-and-play type of situation. We bring one player onto the pitch. Hopefully he makes a difference offensively. Just like we talked about, we got to throw everything in at some point.
I mean, I don't see the logic in that. I mean, you got players that need to get used to playing with each other. You know, like you can't just bring on a player and then bring another one 5 minutes later, another one 5 minutes later, another one. It just doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense. It's but I'm not in that training ground. I don't know how well versed these players are with how they play and how much they've trained together. But at the end of the day, I'm like, that is consistency is going to be a problem. You know, so I just don't know. And I hope I'm proven wrong on this one. And I hope the coach is like, no, that's my X factor that I just brought in. So we'll see.
Well, just don't want to give you any spoilers here, Simon, but I believe the closer's coming in for Chicago.
Yeah.
Don't want to give any names, but his name kind of is Zakar Shevchenko.
Yeah, well.
Something like that.
Yeah. We know he can score late, right? In the game. Nick Klabjan's like, what do I do? I'm like, well.
There's a lot that you did there.
Yeah.
And so the subs are coming in.
Yeah. Alami's coming off, right?
That's it for Alami.
Yeah.
So that's it for Alami.
And now there's a little bit of trouble for Balboa, right? They know this.
Well, the substitution hasn't even quite happened 100%. Alami wasn't even off of the pitch just yet, and now we have Shevchenko that's officially checked in.
And if, again, not a betting person, but if I had a chance, I'd say I'd be 50-50 on betting the mortgage that there's going to be a goal coming up. Look at the jersey number 30, because that seems to be the X factor at this point for Chicago. Again, I'll get a bunch of
folks,
tweets on that one.
I'll tell you this: if the score stays the same, I might be going home with an apartment.
A jet?
The jet or the mortgage?
Just absolutely doesn't connect with it. That was a
I'll take the
chance
jet.
Gone longing. Of course you would.
Why not? Not the mortgage. I want the jet.
You know the one.
You could live in the jet. Why not?
Again, to me, this 1-0 goal line is perfectly fine. Balboa have something to say about it, though.
Just a little tug.
Yeah.
Or a little shove, better said. Right there. Still got to keep the emotion.
The last substitution, Alex, for Chicago, to me, is concerning if I was a Balboa fan, because at the end of the day, it's like now you got to watch this really, really dangerous player while coming back to even things up, to go into more time, to possibly go into penalties. So, because I can't see 2 goals from Balboa, but please prove me wrong. Chicago now on the front foot. They want the ball. Given away. Balboa now. Maintaining possession. Tight marking both sets of teams on the pitch.
Well, Chicago's having a whole lot of blue kits playing high up here. They are definitely looking for that second goal some way, somehow.
Given away. Marley gives it to first player in front of him. Klabjan back to defense. To the right side of the pitch right now. A little bit of space there. Trying to get closed down a bit. Again, it's going to have to go back to the center back, perhaps, or even the goalkeeper. No. Back to the goalkeeper. Very well done, but you can see a lot of white shirts trying to close down Chicago, and they just have to boot it away, and the counter-attack sort of starts, or the attack starts here. That's a foul? No, all ball, referee says. Here come Balboa. Balboa now essentially looking. They're trying to insist, but again, just those inherent advances. Achara now with the ball. He's going to try to get past his player. Doesn't. Looking for Marquez, and Marquez just ran, but again.
Little handball?
He's trying to look, yeah. Now we'll see if a few players down. Yeah, well, there you go.
Catch a break
now,
right?
No, I mean, I get it. You want to catch a break, but at the end of the day, it's like, do you have a sub for that guy now? Who's on the ground looking to get... So, if you use up all your subs,
Didn't look like it was a serious.
It wasn't serious, but
anything serious.
You know,
heat cramp. You never know.
Munyaneza now goes towards the ball, kicks it right. There you go. There you go. Lots of space. This is going to be a shot. No, it is now. There's the shot. He takes it, rolls it, and it's cutting the grass. It didn't get off the ground that much.
I mean, it's a scary look right there for Chicago. I mean, it just goes to show where their mentality is right now. They are still looking to score. They are still keeping their foot on the gas pedal. I mean, Coach Hayward, we know how he is. Coach is always looking to score. It doesn't matter what the score says, what the time or what the clock says right now. He's just always looking for ways to get the ball in the back of the net.
Because you can hear the bench say there's 5 minutes. Now, what they're saying, 5 minutes relax, 5 minutes keep up the momentum, keep up the tempo, keep up whatever. What are they saying? What does that 5 minutes mean? Or is there a change of plan for the next 5 minutes? Looks like they want a goal. Looks like Chicago wants to go on. And certainly Balboa aren't slouching. So stay tuned, folks. It's not over until it's over. Bit too patient for Balboa. They need to get it done a little bit quicker. But they're maintaining possession. Bags of space. Surely. Yes, there's 3 white shirts near around the back. There it is. That's going to happen. No. He rolls over looking for a foul, but it's not going to happen. Good defensive work by Munyaneza. Demanji now with a big boot.
It's a beautiful replay here from our replay team and just placing it perfectly there for Balboa. But again, it's just the missed opportunities here for Balboa. I mean, it is coming in costly for them here. I mean, we would definitely be looking at a different match if
100%.
we saw at least one goal here from Balboa.
Very well done. Very decent. Good tackle. Balboa maintained control. You got to get out of this traffic, though. He can, and he gets fouled, gets clipped on the way. Probably not the best move by Christian Marquez to foul him right there, but at the end of the day, it could have been off to the races and possibly a shot on goal. But this is perhaps at the same level kind of dangerous.
I mean, right about now, if you're Chicago, you really have to start thinking about, hey, we've got to close down this match
100%.
with flawless football right about now. A mistake can actually have Balboa come back into this match as well. So we've got to be flawless in moments like this because a set piece like this can even up the score and get Balboa back.
Other than the mistakes that caused the goal, both teams defensively have been very, very good. Dare I say near flawless, right? So here we go. Here's another moment where can it be taken advantage of? Doesn't quite do it. This is sort of a wasted opportunity to get it into the box. Goalkeeper does a very good job. Just taking it to the corner of his area right there. Picks it up. Gives his teammates a bit of a break. Trying to just throw it in. Nope. Okay, there's a battle that needs to be won right now. Chicago in the box. Surely a shot. It's a penalty.
Wow.
It's a penalty. And they're going to argue about it. They're going to say it's shoulder to shoulder, but referee was a teeny bit behind the players, but I think he got a good view of it. He has no doubts. Let's take a look at it again, Alex.
I think it was shoulder to shoulder right there.
Well, there was a little bit of a clash in the legs right there. So, a little bit of a fight going on here. They got to relax. Come on, lads. You've been brilliant. Come on, lads. You've been brilliant all this time. You got the entire United States watching, and a lot. No, they know you're playing good football, and they know you're gladiators. Just take it easy. There's going to be a few
I mean, emotions got to be on check right about now. I mean, this is how it started right here. Just, I mean, just a couple of shoves right there, and that's exactly what's started it right there. I mean, Balboa, essentially, hey, you know a penalty is coming. It's
coming, yeah.
You got to move out of that area. I mean, that's going to be Shevchenko's PK coming up right here, and you can't slip up like that in these closing of moments of this match.
Yeah, no, this is it.
And potentially the ending of this match is getting out of your grasp, or at least hopes of coming back to this match is slowly getting out of your grasp.
I think you hit it on the head right there. It's like, here you go. We got a player that's come in to score a goal. He's got the ball on the spot. It's Chavez's time to be a hero. Can Chicago make it 2-0? Here we go. And there, well saved by Chavez and done again. And then goal. Just third bite of the cherry for Chicago, and they score the goal. When we say you can see it all here at the UPSL, you see it all. You expect the player to come in and score a penalty. The goalkeeper comes up brilliantly and saves it, and just, again, falls at the right place at the right time. And here we have Chicago Nation up 2-0 in the dying moments of the second half. Look at this.
I mean, Shevchenko, it was Chavez, I guessed right. Shevchenko gave it another go. Chavez made himself big on the second opportunity and just being able to put the ball in the back of the net. That was just Chavez against Chicago Nation right about there.
Right.
And where were the defenders to try to help him out there? They just kind of waved the white flag. Yep. They were just jogging into the 6-yard box, and there was just nothing that the defenders were able to do to be able to hang on to that match. And, well, Chicago Nation, they're getting ready for the hardware.
Yeah. You got to give credit to Chavez, though. I mean, if anything, he's made a name for himself in this match right here. We've got a substitution. Chara's coming off. Defensively, players coming in right now. There's not much time left. Referee's looking at his watch. It's been a great match, no matter if you've been the neutral. Night and day difference between Friday and boy, has it been a pleasure to call this match, because everything surprises me sometimes in the UPSL, and today was just been one surprise after another. Just counting down the clock right now here in beautiful Irvine, California, UPSL Championships of the third place. Both teams can hold their heads up high regardless of the scoreline. Chicago done a great job, though. Put the final nail in the coffin, the dying moments with the penalty kick that didn't quite make it, but with the third bite of the cherry, well, job was done. And here you go. Goalkeeper's going to go ahead and take care of that. Boots it away. Did he want a third one? Why not? He wants a goal. He doesn't want the miss to be the highlight, right? No. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. And it's a red. It's just silly. Just silly.
I mean, Balboa, again, as you mentioned, a big foul inside of the box and essentially handing the match over to Chicago at that moment. Then a red card here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to let that speak in behalf of your character right about now. But, I mean, hey, always have to keep the emotions on check. Always keep the emotions on check. Even just have to take the loss with
and the yellow as well. Alex, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. It does nothing. It does nothing for you to get a red card right now. Really nothing for you as a player. And I don't want to say anything, but it's been a brilliant game. Why do that?
Spoil it with a red card at the end of it, and now you give Chicago another opportunity for another goal with however much time is left here in this match. Yeah. It's essentially just not a good look. Not a good look here.
No. And I like all these players. I mean, these are gladiators on the pitch here. You know what I mean? So doing that it just sort of it kind of ruins the brand, so to speak. It's like, oh, all right. Well, I thought you were superhuman, but now I know you're just human. You know what I mean? So little lesson for all the kids out there. Keep cool.
What were the 3 C's from last night? Do you still
I forget.
remember?
I forget.
Calm, cool, collected.
I don't know.
Got to keep all 3.
It wasn't last night. That was Friday, so that's why.
Oh, last night. Oh, sheesh. Look at that. I'm even.
I was on my jet. Here we go, folks. Last 9 moments of the match. Chicago wants. No, not going to get it though. Referee calls time on this one, and it has been wonderful. Your final score line here in Irvine, California, in Championship Stadium: Chicago Nation FC 2, Balboa FC 0. Chicago Nation FC wins the 3rd place in this fantastic weekend. I can't say any more than it's been a thrill to call this game, Alex. It was sort of eye-opening in occasion. We saw 2 different teams compared to what we saw on Friday, and both sets of managers playing very well, doing what they have to do to win, and unfortunately, again, a couple of mistakes, and you're 2-0 down, and there goes the match. So, again, handshakes all around. You can see both sets of teams, both teams happy, you know? I mean, like, they got to California. Well, not happy, but they're content walking off, but knowing that they absolutely worked their socks off. Here's the highlights of the match, Alex.
I mean, just a lot to talk about here in the second half. I mean, both clubs are still able to stay neck and neck, but then that's the big time mistake. I mean, the whistle was on Cruz for Balboa, and of course, leave it to the captain and Corey Pitlick in the 68th minute to be able to get them on the board. First, that 1-0 goal feels like a 5-0 lead here for Chicago, but then it's that foul right there, and that cost them the match right there. Jimenez for Balboa on that foul to Shevchenko. That's the worst guy you want to foul, but then Shevchenko right here, blowing it once, blowing it twice, but then they still have another man that's backing up the whole entire play, getting the ball in the back of the net, finishing this match 2-0. But Balboa, a lesson to be learned. Always keep the emotions in check. Always have a relaxed state of mind when you're playing this beautiful game, because when the emotions get the better of you, that match is slowly going to slip away from your grasp.
And I got to say, I'm shocked that it's a 2-0 match. It could have been 1-0 either way, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, that's the beauty of football. It's the beauty of the beautiful game. 2 sets of gladiators come out. Fortune favors the bold. The ones that play slightly better, even again we say the game of inches, even just is a tad bit better, ends up becoming the 3rd place team in America. So it's been wonderful.
I do also want to add to, along with having the emotions in check, I do also want to add, when opportunity comes knocking on your door, you have to answer. And it's not one of those slow answers. When you're expecting a big time package, you've got to run to the door and you got to open it.
Here we go, folks. And folks, we're going to go down for the presentation of the 3rd place, and Chris is with the captain of Chicago Nation. Over to you, Chris.
I'm here with Corey Pitlick, midfielder for Chicago Nation. Corey, you scored a beautiful free kick. Tell me what happened there. What was going through your head?
Mooney held up the ball really well, got us a foul right outside the box, and thankfully I practiced them enough that I got one in finally.
Beautiful. And what are your thoughts here sealing this 3rd place trophy? Obviously, you guys are disappointed after yesterday's match, but what's the feeling right now after this?
Yeah, obviously we'd rather be in the game later, but we have to play the game that's in front of us, so we gave it our all, and now we get to go home with a 3rd place trophy.
Beautiful. Congrats, Corey.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
And here we go, folks. They just took the photographs with the 3rd place trophy. It's a big one. Now they're going to go ahead and celebrate and get their medals. Photographers on the pitch right now, and well deserved, I must say. Hopefully, everyone who's in neutral out there really enjoyed this match as much as I did. And we'll see what happens next. I think it's going to be a lot of just elation for Chicago at this point. Traveling all the way from Chicago to be here.
How about the matches that Chicago played here? I mean, they played a heck of a match against Tennessee on Friday night, kept up with them. Unfortunately, a costly red card right before we were going to get into extra time, and they still stuck through with Tennessee. Tennessee with that go-ahead game winner in extra time by Dominic Oduro. But, I mean, Chicago, then they come into this match having to play against a tough Balboa team that was a night and day, a defensive match for them, but they kept hunting all match long. It wasn't until we got into the 68th minute where Corey Pitlick, the captain, why not let the captain come up with the set piece? He's told his program, he told the club, hey, don't worry guys, stay locked into this gladiator fight. We're going to stay in this. We're going to find a goal. We're not going into extra time. We already did that. We had to really dig into the oxygen tanks, but we're going to finish this up in regulation, not in extra time. We're not going there. We're going to take home some hardware. They did just that, coming all the way to Irvine, California to get it done from the northern part of the country to the southwest, and they get the job done here.
Well done to them, absolutely.
Congratulations to Chicago Nation, and congratulations to Balboa FC for having to go against some tough clubs.
Yeah. You can see they're starting to celebrate now. You know, just a few moments ago they were all fighting, and now that's the result, right? Absolute joy. You know, they see that trophy, and that's going to look good, you know, in their trophy cabinet. Some of the players are chit-chatting on the sides, but they're celebrating as much as they can. They want their medals, and they want to go. they want to go sit in the stands in the shade at this point.
I think what it is too is some of the guys that are talking on the sides is these are guys that truly believe, hey, we should have been in that championship match. We should be in the 5 o'clock slate, and both of these clubs are definitely going to be firm believers in that as well. But I mean, hey, third place, like we talked about, it being third best club here in UPSL in the whole entire nation. That is still something to brag about.
Not shabby at all. No, absolutely not. There's a lot of other clubs across the U.S. right now that would love to be here in this match right here. So, yeah, count your blessings on that one. You earned it. You deserve to be here. And, you know, the result is that you're third and you're fourth. You're third and fourth. So, you know, that's a lot better than the person that would have, you know, ended up being, you know, who didn't end up being here by a point or so. You know what I mean? So, yeah, got to look at it that way. So we're going to go back down to they're presenting the medals right now. Yeah, we've got the commissioner showing some highlights over here. Look at that. I don't even want to talk about the miss, but that's going to... But give it a few moments, folks, out there in the worldwide spider web. My name is Simon Allen, the Dalai Lama of soccer. And, of course, next to me, Alex the Knife Nevaeh. You're looking at the highlights right now as we wait for the camera crew to get down to the presentation area.
I mean, I got to say this. I mean, both of these clubs, they're walking away with the off season coming up, knowing, hey, what do we have to do next season to be at the finals for next season? I mean, hey, we made it here to the third place match. What are some of the things that we're going to need to improve on in the off season to get us back here to Championship Stadium next year, and so that we're in the later match, the championship 100%. Match. So, I mean, a lot of intel going to be taken away from both of these franchises, both of these organizations to know, okay, well, you know what? I think we fell short in this, and this, and X, Y, Z. And you know what? Next year we'll be back here, and we're going to take care of business. And we're going to maybe, instead of playing the earlier match, we're going to play later on, get a little extra rest, get another meal in. But, I mean, essentially, a lot was taken away here for both Balboa FC and for Chicago Nation FC.
Every club here in America is going to be looking at every one of these players right now this weekend and saying, well, who can we take, or how can we get a player like him on our squad? You know, so it's a great showcase for American soccer. It's a great showcase for lower league soccer in America. You know, we've been here. You know, we've been doing this stuff with UPSL. We've been doing this commentary for a long time, and we've seen some amazing players throughout the years. And it's a testament to how far American soccer has come in a very short period of time. People say, well, there's been a history for a long, long time. But yeah, but it's just amazing how lower league soccer has absolutely sort of skyrocketed into producing some fantastic American talent, some fantastic foreign talent as well. So it looks like the manager is heading up to the table with the trophy in it. And again, he's essentially trying to go back there. So here we go, folks. I think we're going to go ahead and go down to, we're going to go pitch side and see what's going on over here. I'm looking from my vantage point. even the players like, where's my medal? I'm tired. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. Yes, here we go, folks. It's happening. It's coming. It's off screen right now, but the medals are being presented by the commissioner to the players. Here we go. You have to take my word for it. Here we go. Goalkeeper doing very, very well.
Watching guys are going to be able to get that bump up, maybe to USL, maybe to NISA. We just don't know where these guys are going to jump up in. I mean, there's a lot of these guys are going to bump to different levels of soccer, wherever it may be. So, I mean, a tip of the cap to these guys and being able to make that soccer journey and just leveling up when they make it to these big time stages. Where a lot of eyes
the
are
foreign
on this.
players, Alex, from the coaches from around the world are watching. Right, and they're looking, and right now this is the first time in a long time where coaches, even for domestic clubs, are looking at these players from these leagues and going, can we use them? Can we take them in, and can we put them into the second division of this country and this country? So around the world, here we have a shot of the commissioner handing the trophy to the manager, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal, right? We don't want to talk about the finance of football, but this is a big deal for them as well. Here we go.